Minister of Finance Malusi Gigaba will today meet various stakeholders to discuss the Steinhoff debacle. National Treasury invited various key players, including the CEO Initiative, the Manufacturing Circle, the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, the Government Employees Pension Fund, the Public Investment Corporation, South African Revenue Services, the Financial Services Board, and the Independent Regulatory Board for Auditors. Treasury says in case foul play is found, criminal charges will be brought against those found guilty of alleged accounting fraud.
Primarily what the minister is doing is having a roundtable with some of the authorities that report under the finance family, and also engaging with JSC about their own investigation that they are undertaking, so we can get a grasp of the issues and how to deal with them. Action has already been taken. SARS is looking into the matter. The Financial Services Board is also looking into the matter, and those are investigations that could come out with very harsh penalties or even criminal charges if there's any wrongdoing that's been found.
I don't think that government is only dependent on raising the issues of PIC. We'll look at the broadness of the case. South Africa's image is being damaged here by people who are benefiting by settling in our country, calling themselves South Africans, and dealing with our sovereignty. So I'm not saying that the private sector is going to be exonerated by itself. I'm saying that there is laws in our countries. Corruption is not defined in terms of what they interpret is best for them as the private sector. Corruption is corruption. We've been since 1994 writing up a different laws to allow them to come and do business in South Africa, to allow them to intertrade within the different parts of the world. And those laws are subjected to be changed. So there's nothing that says the sunset clause that makes us to recognize the private sector. Capitalism in its nature it's rotten. It doesn't have boundaries.
Well, I'm delighted to see that charges have been laid. I think that we should extend criminal charges to the greatest possible extent, and I think that those who have been misrepresenting financial data to, as your previous speaker said, the investment community, to shareholders, and to the beneficiaries of those funds, the pensioners and life insurance policy holders. They need to be brought to book. We mustn't be seen in South Africa as a morally bankrupt financial sector community, and that is the way that this company was leading us to be shown. And deliberate misleading to shareholders, fund managers, audit committees, and all is certainly a criminal offence, and I think they need to be charged to the greatest extent that it's possible to do so.